best guide and tips for using Alpha in Respawnable Heroes, so let's get straight into this video. Hope you enjoy. Alright, starting off with Alpha abilities, we have a Lightning Boomerang. Throw an electric disc that deals damage to all enemies in its path. When they collide with the surface or travel its maximum distance, it will return. So basically it's doing 107 damage twice if you can hit or 2 shots with a 13 seconds cooldown or a 3 seconds cooldown if you catch the boomerang. The second ability, Dodge. She rolls in any direction. During tactical rolls, she cannot be stunned or affected by any speed buff or debuff. 5 seconds cooldown. And her ultimate, Jacob Blast, shoot a very powerful ray that deals great damage to all enemies in his path. And she also have a passive ability called Ignition. After using any ability, the first hit will deal extra damage. All these are really great skills, so let's get in this breakdown now. So since it's our first offensive hero, so I just want to take my time to explain them. Offensive hero is basically the class that's going to deal a lot of damage in different ways, and that's all their focus is. They don't have as much health as a tank class. They do up the same amount as a tactical class, but they will have a lot more damage than any other class. So now let's start breaking down Alpha. So Alpha, basically the shotgun of the game. So most of the time she will be up blasting enemies in the face at point blank range. So when you fight against her, you probably want to keep your distance. But let's start off with our equipment. First off, we have the common WD Python. The first gear you'll get with Alpha, very good at close range. It up 8 ammo and it does a decent amount of damage. So then you have a second weapon, the uncommon WD Heavy, faster reload time, but it does really little bit damage and it only comes with 6 ammo, weaker than the WD Python, but they have much more range. Then you have a Rare Salamander. It's the weapon I recommend the most if you just got Alpha, because it has only 3 ammo but way stronger than the Python, faster, and you will just have much better time playing with Alpha with that one if you just get enough. Tips and Alpha skills. First we have Lightning Boomerang. When she throws this boomerang, it can travel a very long distance and it will travel back to her. Once it's thrown, it can have a 13 seconds cooldown, but if you catch it, it will only have a 3 seconds cooldown, like shown to the video at the top with me catching the boomerang and showing right now. Then tips I'll give with this is try to catch the boomerang to get that 3 seconds cooldown, to cycle it much faster and deal much damage as possible. Also move, because the boomerang will follow you, especially if you travel to a long distance, so you should try and line up your shots with it. Second ability, we have Dodge. Alpha roll in any direction once being followed with it. So wherever you facing or wherever you move the joystick, she will dodge in that direction. Tips I'll give with this is use it to dodge enemy skills or regular attack, because once you dodge you cannot be stunned or debuff. You're basically vulnerable, but you will still take damage. You can also use it to get closer to your enemies or if you get away from them, since Alpha won't be in close range. Dodge and combine it with your regular attacks or any other skills to get that extra damage thanks to a passive skill, Ignition. So you should be combining that if you're getting close to deal that extra damage. The passive ability, we have Ignition. and anytime she uses a skill, she get a extra damage buff to any other skill or regular attack. Tip says you should combine this with the flip and use her other ability to get more damage, since you could be closing the distance with it. Then launch it again. For ultimate, you basically have a Kamehameha, very powerful, called Giga Blast. Tips: aim where the enemy is going to be, because they will be moving around sometimes, so you probably don't want to aim it to the spot they last was. Avoid enemies that can stun you, like Helen, Tetsu, or Spectre with his mines, because it does take a while to charge up a launch, so you want to avoid that at all costs. So that's all the tips I have for each skill, so I hope that helps. If it does, remember to hit that like and subscribe button for more Respawnable heroes, gameplay, tips and guide on the other heroes, and see you next time.